Go to hell, you bastard. You'll never see me again, honest. Just cut me loose. Sit on us.
The story opens with three men in sheriff's uniforms pursuing a wounded fugitive. One of them shoots the man in the leg, bringing him down. The three hunters are revealed to be Stillwell, a skilled Mexican tracker, Dugan, an arrogant and temperamental man, and Ketchum, the most sadistic of the group. Ketchum demonstrates his cruelty by trampling the wounded man and dragging him with a rope around his neck. After extracting information about the man's companion, Ketchum coldly strangles him to death despite his pleas for mercy.
You'll never see me again, honest. Just cut me loose. Sit on us. Well,
the focus shifts to Henry, an old farmer living alone with his teenage son Wyatt. 10 years have passed since Henry's wife died of tuberculosis, forcing him to be both father and mother to his boy. Her well-maintained grave shows Henry's enduring love and devotion. Henry's brother-in-law, Al, owns a nearby farm and visits regularly. One day, Henry and Wyatt discover a riderless horse wandering near their property. Bloodstains on the saddle indicate the owner was injured and likely fell somewhere. Despite Wyatt's eagerness to help, Henry sends him home and follows the horse's trail alone. He eventually finds the horse's owner, a man with a severe gunshot wound who's barely alive. More surprising is a bag containing a substantial amount of money. Though Henry initially considers leaving the stranger, his conscience compels him to help. He carefully covers their tracks to hide any evidence before bringing the wounded man home. Henry realizes this man must be in serious trouble, possibly being hunted. His instincts prove correct. The three men with sheriff's badges are indeed tracking this very person. The next morning, with the stranger still unconscious, Henry ties his hands to the bed as a precaution, worried he might harm Wyatt when he awakens. Henry plans to return to the scene for more information, instructing Wyatt to watch over their guest.
I'll fetch the doc. You'll stay here and keep an eye on him.
While his father is away, Wyatt secretly retrieves Henry's hidden gun and practices shooting behind the house, defying his father's prohibition on firearms. The wounded man, named Curry, experiences vivid nightmares about his traumatic past. As a child, he witnessed a notorious criminal being gunned down, remembering the man's final words, "Keep your head up, you'll be fine."
Guinness. Keep your head down. You'll be all right.
Meanwhile, Henry arrives near the original scene and observes Ketchum and his colleagues tracking Curry's escape route. Despite being just an old farmer, Henry demonstrates remarkable stealth skills, crawling through reeds to eavesdrop on their conversation. Stillwell, the expert tracker, realizes someone visited this location and is amazed by how professionally the trail was covered. This level of expertise suggests no ordinary person was involved. Back home, Curry awakens in the strange house and becomes immediately wary. After freeing himself from his bonds, he grabs a knife and threatens Wyatt. Curry claims to be a legitimate law enforcement officer being pursued by three bandits posing as sheriffs. He warns Henry to leave immediately.
The leader looks like a man you don't want to mess with. And believe me, you don't.
As these men won't hesitate to kill innocent bystanders. The warning comes too late. Ketchum and his colleagues arrive at Henry's farm. Henry quickly arms himself and orders Wyatt to stay away from the windows. Surprisingly, Ketchum approaches diplomatically rather than with his usual brutality. He politely asks about someone matching Curry's description, claiming Curry is a criminal who stole money and they're legitimate lawmen pursuing him. With his gun ready, Henry calmly denies seeing anyone matching that description, insisting he's just a simple farmer who wants no trouble. Remarkably, Ketchum and his men leave without incident. However, while resting nearby, they discuss their encounter. Ketchum noticed Henry held his gun with unusual familiarity for a typical farmer, confirming their suspicion that he's hiding Curry.
We know Curry's in there, with our money.
Dugan is assigned to watch the house while they wait for reinforcements. Henry investigates Curry's background to verify his story. Curry claims to be a lawman from New Mexico, specifically from Fort Sumner, the village where the infamous outlaw Billy the Kid was killed. Billy the Kid was a real historical figure who allegedly killed 27 people from a young age. Curry reveals he was an eyewitness to Billy the Kid's death, which explains his recurring nightmares about seeing the legendary outlaw shot in the chest. Convinced of Curry's honesty, Henry unties him. However, gunshots suddenly ring out from Dugan, who has disobeyed Ketchum's orders to wait. Henry grabs his shotgun to defend his home and family. Despite being an old farmer, Henry remains remarkably calm under fire, as if accustomed to such dangerous situations. He shoots Dugan as the man crawls under the house, then captures him when he emerges terrified. Without hesitation, Henry drowns Dugan in a muddy puddle and feeds his body to the pigs in his barn.
It's for you right now.
Go to hell, you bastard.
The next morning, Ketchum and Stillwell visit Al's farm to investigate Henry's true identity. When Al refuses to cooperate, they beat him unconscious. Curry, knowing Ketchum will stop at nothing after discovering Dugan's death, advises Henry and Wyatt to leave immediately and let him handle his own problems. As they prepare to depart, Ketchum appears with an army of cowboys ready to destroy Henry's residence. Stillwell arrives with the battered owl, making it impossible for Henry to remain silent. Wyatt is given a gun to keep watch while Henry attempts to negotiate with Ketchum's forces. Henry's resolve is tested when Ketchum demands the fugitive in exchange for their lives.
My curiosity was aroused. I was hoping Al here might shed some light. He wouldn't say shit.
Seeing his brother-in-law's beaten face, Henry refuses to simply surrender. He demands they release Al and leave his property immediately. Ketchum, having lost patience, shoots Al in the head. This triggers Wyatt to emerge from hiding, and a fierce gunfight erupts. During the battle, Henry tells his son, "Keep your head up, you'll be fine."
Keep your damn head down. You'll be all right.
The same words from Curry's childhood nightmare. Hearing this phrase, Curry realizes the shocking truth. The old farmer who saved him is actually the legendary Billy the Kid, very much alive. Henry emerges with both hands raised, then demonstrates why he became a legend. He can draw and fire a gun in 0.2 seconds. Quickly eliminating most of Ketchum's troops. Henry proves equally deadly with knives and axes, systematically hunting down the survivors with clever tactics. Only Stillwell escapes the initial massacre, but Henry anticipates his route and waits in ambush. When Stillwell pretends to surrender, a shot rings out from Ketchum, who survived with only a cheek wound from Henry's earlier shot. A final chase ensues, but Ketchum is clearly outmatched by the legendary gunfighter. When Ketchum's ammunition runs out, Henry kills him, ending the threat. Returning home, Henry finds Wyatt and Curry both alive. While Wyatt fetches water and Henry tends to Curry's wounds, he notices a distinctive scar on Curry's left arm. This mark reveals the final twist. Curry was actually in league with Ketchum's group. Though genuinely a sheriff, Curry participated in robbing the money but got greedy and decided to keep it all for himself. His being hunted was part of an elaborate ruse. However, there's another layer to Curry's deception. Since childhood, he's been haunted by Billy the Kid, who killed his parents. As a law enforcement officer seeking honor and recognition, Curry sees killing the legendary outlaw as the ultimate achievement. He shoots Henry despite everything the old man did to save him. Curry's moment of triumph is short-lived. Wyatt appears and kills Curry on the spot, protecting his father. In his dying moments, Henry warns Wyatt that when news of his death spreads, there will be wild stories about his past life. He advises his son not to believe the rumors. After burying his father beside his mother's grave, Wyatt has no reason to remain at the farm. He sets off on his own journey to discover his true identity, carrying the weight of his father's legendary but troubled legacy. The film explores themes of redemption, family loyalty, and the inescapable nature of one's past, showing how even legends must eventually face the consequences of their actions. Let me know what you think in the comment below, and which movie you would like me to recap next.